So Enquirymax now has an integration with insurance providers, so the user of Enquirymax doesn't need to go into a different system to register the policies and obviously double key the information. So first of all, we're going to show you the setup of it. Now this is a modular change, so it's not something you can switch on yourselves. It would need to be, you'd need to request it from the support team at Enquirymax or your account manager. And there is some setup to be done. So in dealer options, just so you can see a slight difference to how this is set up. So if I just go into this paint and fabric, so you can see here we have paint and fabric, we've got the product description, we've got GuardX as our provider. So we have a drop down box there to show us the providers, and then we have a product code there. Now, and again, that's not something you guys would need to get involved in. That's all part of us setting up the system. So I'm now going to load an inquiry for a customer. Let's just do a new inquiry, start from scratch. I'm going to do this on a used car. Okay, so we're going to go through to our offers area. Now this one is linked up, this site that I'm using is linked up to our FCA module or TCF module, but I'm only going to be selling a paint and fabric insurance, paint and fabric protection to this customer. So I don't need to go through TCF for that purpose. So if I go into added value products, actually let me just go into used vehicles and just add a bit more information. So we'll just put a chassis number in there. So when you've got a product that is available to be registered with a third party, then you can see it's denoted by this little blue icon here. So it says this product will need to be registered with GuardX. So I'm going to add that onto my offer, and I'm going to sell this car, so add it onto the order form. So send in the offer to the customer. Customer then accepts the offer, and we accept the offer there. We'll put this going out at the weekend. Okay, so now I've saved that order form. The piece that you will need to register it is in the inquiry details. So if you go back into inquiry details and then down the left hand side, you'll see a section where it says insurance products. This is the piece where you can then register that product. So you can see here, there's the vehicle that I've just sold. There's the paint and fabric that I've just added from the provider. That's the date that I've activated it, which is when I'm doing the video right now. And then if I click register, then you can see it's pulled through certain details from the customer. I've got the phone number, etc. I've got the mileage, the reg. If I'd have added the colour, then it would be there. So it's just a matter of filling out the detail, putting in all of the extras, and then just hitting register policy. And then what that does is it gives you that printout for you to then print and give to the customer. Or if you're an Enquirymax user that does use iStore Docs, then you can actually link the documentation from Enquirymax, and it will go straight into the relevant deal file rather than having to print it and then put it into a deal file yourself. Now, that's all quite straightforward, but what if a customer has already purchased a car or already picked up their car and decides to come back just a few days after that handover and says, I've thought about it and I think I would like to go for the that paint and fabric protection that you offered. Is it too late to have it? Well, if your group allow for that to happen and allow for people to purchase after handover, then it's still possible. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to find a customer so I'm going to go in here and try and find a customer that's actually picked up their vehicle. So I'm going to go into handovers and let's see if we can find someone that's picked up their car, not sort of years ago, but we'll go with someone who's had their car for a few days. So let's go with Kate Jennings. Let's use that one as our example. So if we look at the history, Miss Jennings picked up her car on the 23rd of November. Today is the 7th of December that I'm recording this video. If I click on insurance products, you can see there's nothing there. Now, if I go back into the vehicle inquiries and go into the delivered inquiry, which you can see at the bottom. Okay, so that's our delivered inquiry. Go into the inquiry and I'm going to add on that paint and fabric protection and show you what the trigger is to get it to appear in the insurance products area. So once I go back into this inquiry that's already been delivered, so the customer's come back, said they'd like to go with a product, so I go into the delivered product. Obviously I can start to update more around the VIN number and things if I want to, but just to show you, I go into added value, paint and fabric, say yes, the customer would like it, save that, and then the trigger point is in the offer page. So when I go into here and accept the offer, okay, I don't need to change anything because the car has gone out, everything's the same now. I'm just going to click save. That's the trigger point to basically call the API and get that policy to come back across into Enquirymax. So if I go back into inquiry details and then to insurance products, that's then there for that vehicle, for that customer, and if I click register, then I've got all the customer's details, etc. there. Obviously I didn't have the mileage and colour, but again, if it was there, then it would fill that out. So I've got all that information, and then just click register policy and either print it or send it across into iStore Docs, so it's part of the customer's deal file. So hopefully you can see it's quite a simple process instead of having to double key data into third-party systems. Please speak with your account manager and they'll be able to provide you with a list of companies that we currently work with to have these products registered within Enquirymax. Thank you.